How cool is that? Talk about back to the grind. That was a clip from professional skateboarding legend, entrepreneur, and Salvation Army ambassador Tony Hawk. Fight for Good fundraising video. Tony Hawk has soared to success on and off the half pipe with his passion for skateboarding and business ventures. Joining us right now to talk more about it, kick off Giving Tuesday, is the Birdman, Tony Hawk. Tony, good to see you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, congratulations to you. It's not easy to become the leading skateboarder in the world.
No, and it's getting harder and harder as I get older, for sure.
I mean, have you ever been hurt? I mean, some of these are really
yeah, absolutely. Not so many broken bones, but a lot of abrasions, sprains, and I broke my pelvis. That was pretty exciting.
Oh, God. So your fundraising efforts with the Salvation Army,
yeah.
We wanted to talk to you about that because it's Giving Tuesday. Tell us about it.
Well, at Giving Tuesday, I'm hoping to raise awareness for Salvation Army, and when people choose to give, that they see that what the Salvation Army does and how they help over 25 million people. And when you put money in the red kettles, that money actually goes to local communities, that you're actually donating to your own community. I'm really proud to be an ambassador to them.
How did you get involved with Salvation Army? What's the connection?
They called me and asked if I wanted to do actually what you saw there with Brody Smith, some Frisbee trick shots, and immediately I love doing stuff like that, anything that sort of is outside of the realm of skateboarding but still allows me to do what I do. And we made a video, and I thought it came out really well. And they said, "Hey, do you want to go to New York and talk about it?"
Shouldn't you be dressed up in a Santa outfit if you're going to be doing it?
What's that?
Shouldn't you be dressed in a Santa?
Yeah, we're hoping it's a little more timeless than that.
Okay, all right.
Tony,
we want it to be evergreen there.
Okay, got You're close to my age. What about the aches and pains now?
They exist for sure. I just try to stay active. My only secret
is
is
still look pretty good.
My only secret is that I never quit doing it, and so I always stayed pretty loose and tried to stay active.
Yeah, you told me in the green room that, because I live right near the skate park over at Chelsea Piers, that you will just show up and go over there and skate when you're in town.
Yeah,
so you're going to be over there today?
Not today. Just because I'm doing a lot of different stuff like this.
Can you imagine the crowd that would show up? You'd be like, "Yeah, I'll be over there about 11 a.m." How many kids?
Well,
would be over
generally the time of year and the weather would discourage that. But it's a nice day. So.
I know the bones, you get the aches and pains more when it's this cold outside.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer to warm up, for sure.
Away from skating, in terms of keeping up the exercise, how do you work out?
I don't have a workout routine necessarily, but I do snowboard and surf and things like that. I really just chase my kids around, and that keeps me very loose.
Actually, we talk a lot about small business, and outside the skating world, your greatest trick of all has been the success as a venture capitalist. So tell us about that. You've invested in some successful companies, including the recently Nestle acquired Blue Bottle.
Yeah. Basically, I invest in things that are close to my heart, that I enjoy, that I participate in, and Blue Bottle was one of them. I actually was a big fan of their coffee, and
they're all over New York now too.
Yeah, and a friend of mine was part of the big group that was buying them, and he said, "Hey, do you want to? I know you like Blue Bottle. Do you want to get in on it?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." Little did I know that, fast forward 5 years later, and we'd have this big announcement.
Nice payday.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome, and I love it. I also like DocuSign. I'm an investor in that, and because I did a conference with them, and I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to be in the mix and to be invited in to the group, because sometimes it feels very select.
Right.
Yeah. How do you get to, for all our viewers out there, how do you get to the pinnacle of anything? What was it that set you apart from all the other skateboarders out there?
I think it was the constant need to challenge myself. I didn't really rest on my accolades. I didn't care, if I had won a big competition, that I was never going to rely just on that. I really wanted to keep improving my skills regardless of how I ranked, and I think that even to this day I continue to try to learn new tricks all the time. And they're not as high impact, they're not as, say, risky physically, but it's still my creative outlet, and I still am figuring out new ways to do it.
But it's the video game franchise that's really one of the big success stories, and one of the most popular in history, surpassing $1.4 billion in sales. Your video game franchise?
Yeah, it changed my life. I mean, that's a big reason why I still get to do this, and why people still know my name. It was a great opportunity. I mean, I'm really proud of the franchise, and I'm proud of how involved I was and how I made it authentic to skateboarding. But at the same time, I never imagined the success.
It's awesome. I own
the video
game? Multiples of it, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Real quick, I said I was going to ask you this in the break. Men in suits skating to work in New York City.
This is Dagan's obsession.
No, I'm obsessed with it because I used to skate, not skateboard, but roller skate everywhere when I moved to New York City because I was dead broke, and it's so incredibly dangerous. But men in suits with their man buns, I just don't get it.
Well, that's why we said cool
And they're
or
tight
not cool?
suits.
Well, I like to give them the benefit. I like to give them the
down.
benefit of the doubt that they're just doing it for transportation and trying to be eco-friendly. So I'm going to go with that. I don't know if it's their way to try to, hold on to their youth, but it's been my way. So I'm here without the man to represent them.
Seriously, would you skate around New York City? Would you take the board out in the street?
I
and
do,
just
yeah.
go
It's not too dangerous?
Well,
But that's you. I mean,
All right.
You got to be very aware.
The average guy
You gotta
or
be
gal
hyper aware
can't-
of all your surroundings.
I hope you're insured, like heavily insured.
I am.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you. Yes.
Well, I really loved you told us during the break that skateboarding has gone around the world. It's global, and you said even kids in Ethiopia are picking up a board.
It is, yeah. There are pockets. The seeds have been planted, and I've actually gone to Ethiopia and seen how exciting it is. And there's a skate park there. There's one in Cambodia. Nice. There is a thriving scene in Afghanistan and South Africa. It's been amazing to see how prolific it is, and it's going to be in the Olympics in Tokyo in 2020. And so with
That is incredible.
it's
That is
going to be a
incredible.
huge push, internationally.
Are you going to do more video games?
I would like to, sure. Yeah.
All right, we'll be watching, Tony. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining
All
us.
right.
Tony Hawk there.